In this video, I'll be showing you how to make homemade dressing and stuffing. Hey guys, this is your girl Hidden Treasure. If you're new, welcome to my channel. Thanks for watching. So I'm going to be showing you how to make homemade dressing and stuffing at home. Let's get into this. You guys ready? Let's go. It's real simple. Hey guys, so these are the ingredients that you're going to use for your dressing or stuffing, whichever you choose to call it. So we have the cream of chicken, we have the cream of mushroom, we have the jiffy corn mix, we have the stovetop stuffing, green peppers, onions, celery, chicken, and garlic. So yeah, so we have, these are all the ingredients. Okay, so we're gonna start off by making the cornbread. Okay, oh, and if you want to make homemade cornbread, the ingredients are, if you don't want to use the Jiffy mixes, flour, meal, eggs, milk, stir. And that is how you make cornbread. You can add your baking powder and if you want to, but the main ingredients are flour, meal, eggs, milk. And that's your cornbread mix. If you don't want to use Jiffy, I'm using Jiffy today because it's going to be quick and simple. So all I have to do is just add the eggs and milk. Okay. So, and also I'm going to start boiling the chicken with onions and green peppers. So we're going to start with the cornbread first. I think I'm going to use, instead of maybe 2 boxes of Jiffy, I may use 3 for the cornbread. So I'll see you at the mixing bowl. Okay, now, so we're about to make the Jiffy cornbread mix. So we have 3 boxes of Jiffy mix, 3 eggs, we have milk, and we have the bowl. And we're going to use the aluminum pan that I had bought from Sam's Club to put that in. And then we're going to put it in the oven as soon as the mix is done. So again, we have the Jiffy corn mix, and it requires you add egg and milk. So 1 egg per box. So you have 3 eggs. And then we got the milk. So let's get started. Now again, if you don't want to use Jiffy cornbread mix, you can make your cornbread homemade with flour, meal, eggs, milk, maybe a little baking powder and just a little baking soda, touch of salt, and that is the homemade cornbread mix. So that's flour, meal, eggs, milk, salt, baking soda, and baking powder. Okay, you guys, so we're about to make the cornbread mix. So let's get started. We're going to be using the 3 boxes of Jiffy. I'm just going to open it up and pour it in. Real simple, real fast and quick. If I can get it open, yeah, it would be helpful. Okay, that's 1 box. 2. I must be getting tired. And 3. Okay, so let's pour the milk. And then we're going to stir it. We're going to grease the pan. So normally you put about ½ a cup of milk. I'm not really measuring right now because I am a little tired, but I measured pretty fine. So this is what the mixture is looking like, just in case I need more milk. I'm going to leave the milk there. So we're going to stir it. Stir, stir, stir. Wavering. Okay, so this is what our batter is looking like. And then we're going to get the pan. Okay, so let's spray this pan down and let's get this cornbread in the oven, so I'm going to be using the olive oil spray. Spray this down. Okay. Then we're going to put the cornbread batter in here. Let's just get that going. None on the spoon or whatsoever. All of it. And we're just going to put this in the oven to bake. Okay. Okay, so we have the cornbread in the oven. It should take about, because it's not that much, maybe 20 to 30 minutes. So we're going to let that bake. Okay, so now the cornbread is done and brown, as you see. So we're going to let that cool, and then we're going to add the other ingredients. Okay, as you guys see, I have washed off the chicken for the dressing or stuffing, whichever you choose to call it. We're going to put it in the pot with some onions and water, and that's going to create our chicken broth. Yeah, I make my own chicken broth. I don't buy it in the container, but to each his own. You do, how you choose to do with your recipe. Okay, so we're going to just season the chicken with some Tone's garlic salt. So we're just going to put that over that because we're going to add all the other seasonings to it. So we're just going to do something light, just season the chicken. Just a little bit. Okay. Okay, so I have the chicken in the pot. And as you guys know, if you've watched me before, I do not cook with tap water, but I use bottled water. So as you see, the chicken is in the pot. And I'm just going to add water and the onions. Okay, so we got it cooking here, so I'm just going to add the onions in. Oops. Whoa. Okay. I'm going to put that one to the side, and then we're just going to add the water. Okay, so we got the onions in with the chicken. And so now we're just going to add some minced garlic. So we're going to put some minced garlic in the pot. I like a lot of flavor, guys. So we added the minced garlic. Let's get all of that goodness out, right? Okay. And so now we're just going to add the water. Going to turn the heat down a little bit and let it simmer. It is smelling really good in the kitchen. Okay, so now we're just going to add the bottled water. So I don't know if I'm going to use all 4 bottles, but we're just adding the water. Okay. Okay, so as you see, the chicken has come to a boil and they're fully cooked. And you see the chicken broth? I'm just going to show you that it's cooked. See, real nice. And it's really cooked. And I already added the onions, remember? So now what I'm going to do is add the green peppers and celery that I have right here. And we're just going to pour that in because I didn't want those too soggy. Because again, we're going to be putting it in the cornbread, mixing that in with the cornbread, and then we're going to bake it in the oven. So we're going to let that cook for about maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and then we're going to add it to the cornbread mix, and then we're going to place it in the oven. So that's how that's looking, and that's how you make your chicken broth. We have the stovetop stuffing craft mix. We have the Campbell's cream of chicken and Essentials cream of mushroom. We also have 4 eggs. So that's what we're going to be adding to our cornbread mix that we made with the Jiffy. And we're also going to be adding the pulled chicken as well as the chicken broth that we made. But these are the items that you'll need. Okay, so here is the cornbread and the pulled chicken. Just so that you see, that is the cornbread that we baked, and that is the chicken that I pulled from the bone from the chicken that we boiled with the green peppers, onions, celery, and garlic. So we're going to break the cornbread mix up, add the chicken broth, and all the other ingredients. Okay, so now we're going to add the chicken to the cornbread. You see that we've already crumbled the cornbread so that we can add the chicken to it that we boiled for about 45 minutes. So here's the chicken mix right here. And we're just going to put the chicken in with the cornbread. I'm just going to mix it a little bit in there. So we're just mixing it in, and then we're going to add all the other ingredients. And it's just that simple. So we want to put it all around. Make sure that chicken is touching every area of the cornbread, but we are going to be mixing it more. Okay. So we're going to start from there. Make sure that it's mixed really well. Okay, so here's the mixture. It's all mixed in with the chicken and the cornbread. So we mixed that in, right? And here is your homemade chicken broth that we made, right? With all the green peppers and onions and garlic. So we're just going to pour that in there into the cornbread mix. Just so, like that. And we're just going to let that soak in. See how that took all of that? Okay. And we're just going to stir that in a little bit. Just like that. We need a little more. And so it just makes it moist. So we got that. So now we're going to add the cream of chicken. So we're just going to pour. And add that in the mix. Right? See, it's getting moist. Really moist. Let's get all of that out. And we're going to mix that really well together. And then we're going to add the remaining broth that's left from the chicken that we boiled with the green peppers, onions, and so let's get that stirred. So we're going to add that throughout. But for right now, we want to get this all mixed in together. Yeah, it's looking really good. So we're just going to mix. I may need to get another pan for the dressing. It looks like I may need another pan. So that's what I'm going to do. I may need 2 pans for the dressing, so I'm going to get another pan and add that. Okay, so now I had to get 2 pans, as you see. So I just got another pan. And what we're about to add now is the cream of mushroom into both pans. Gonna add a little bit here. Now this is optional. Some people don't like cream of chicken, could have been enough. But if you just want a little flavor, you can add cream of mushroom. And then we're just gonna stir that together. Make sure that it's stirred in. You see how moist it's looking? Just from our chicken broth that we made from the chicken stock from boiling the chicken. So you're just gonna stir that all in. Okay. In both pans. Yeah. Okay. Then we're going to put 2 eggs, 2 in this pan, 2 in that pan. Well, no, what we're going to add is the stovetop stuffing. I got turkey. So I'm going to put that in 1 packet in 1 pan and 1 packet in the other. Really didn't need this, but since I had it on the video, I added it. So we're going to add the other stovetop stuffing in to the other pan, and we're just going to mix it together. And we're just going to mix this together, and then we're going to add eggs and the broth. Okay, so now we're going to add the egg. So because, see how it's looking? I'm going to show you. Looking really, really good. It's all moist. So the eggs is what holds everything together. And I still have some leftover broth that I'm going to add into the mixture after I add the eggs. So I'm going to add 3 eggs to each pan. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then we're just going to blend those together. And then we're going to put it in the oven. And then we're going to let it bake for about an hour 3. Okay. Okay, so this is what it looks like when all the eggs is mixed in and the extra broth. Did you see how moist that looks? That's 1 pan. And here is the other pan. And we're about to put it in the oven and let it bake for an hour. And then we'll be back to take it out And that is how you make your homemade dressing and stuffing. So let's go to the oven. Okay, well, we're all in the oven, ready to bake for an hour. So you see how good it looks. The oven has been preheating at 350. So it's all hot and ready for the dressing and stuffing. So we're going to let it bake for an hour. And then we're going to come back and take it out. And that is your dressing or stuffing, whichever you choose to call it. Okay, so it is done. Let's see how it looks. This is the finished product. Okay, for your dressing and or stuffing, whichever you choose to call it, that's what it will be. But just to make sure that it's completely dry and completely done, what you want to do is do a fork test. So we're just going to stick the fork in here. If it comes out clean, you know it's completely done. See, nothing on the fork. Nothing on the fork. So let's try the other one. We're going to stick the fork in. Nothing on the fork. So you know it is completely done. So that is your dressing and stuffing recipe. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you next time. Thanks for watching.